Welcome to the Living in Naples channel. I'm James Sedley. As many snowbirds are returning earlier to Southwest Florida this year and we are approaching the high season, I appreciate that a number of clients I have met through this channel are starting to visit the area. Others out there may be thinking about taking that step in the winter or spring, and I look forward to hearing from you to help you make the most of your time, whether it is more of an orientation trip or if you're looking to potentially secure your new home in paradise on this upcoming visit. A big part of that is giving you a realistic sense of what to expect in the market. So today I'm going to take a look at the closed sales in Southwest Florida since June 1st. Before breaking down those numbers from the last roughly 140 days and specifically looking at what they mean for buyers, let me take a moment to thank you for liking, subscribing, and sharing, and certainly encourage you to continue to do so. I really appreciate it. With that said, and with the approximately 3,500 sales in Naples and Marco Island since the beginning of June, the overall median selling prices have fluctuated within a relatively narrow range, averaging between $610,000 to $634,000 each month. So at that level, there's not a lot meaningful to say beyond the fact that the peak of $634,000 was actually back in June, first month looked at. However, even at this highest and most general level, it is interesting to note that after the summer months, when the eventual selling price to listing price ratio never dipped below 91%, that figure fell all the way to 82% in September and is another 1% lower, just over 1% lower than that so far in October. In other words, sellers seem to be settling for significant discounts from their originally hoped for prices. While those are interesting high-level numbers, I always caution against making too many inferences from just a data point or two, particularly given the variance in the Naples and Marco Island real estate market in general. This data is no different as the overall sales price to original list price ratio is nearly 95%. So time will tell if those September and October numbers are the start of a trend or if they're merely outliers. But beyond that, let's take a look at some other data slices to see if we can say anything useful about the local market. First off, when we look at homes that sold for under $500,000, between $500,000 and $1 million, and for over $1 million, there is almost no difference in the close price to original listing price ratio, 95.2% to 95.3% in those former two categories. However, once we enter the realm of the seven-figure homes, that ratio drops a full 3% down to just under 92.1%. Maybe 3% doesn't sound like much of a difference, but keep in mind at the lowest end of the seven-figure range that we're talking about here, that translates to a $30,000 price difference. And given that the median homes sold in the area since June was just over 1.7 million, the median buyer could expect to pay over $130,000 less than the original listing price. Examining the data in other ways, such as condos versus single-family homes, I didn't find any really significant differences such as these that would translate to actionable takeaways for prospective buyers. Of course, every situation is different, as is every negotiation. So I look forward to hearing from you about your particular circumstances and to getting you the best value in your next real estate deal. Until then, thanks so much for sharing, subscribing, and liking, and I will look forward to seeing you in the next episode.